Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to Lunar Ceremonies, where we are celebrating the full blood moon in Virgo. And this is also an eclipse. So if you were up at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch the red blood full moon, good for you. I was sleeping. So welcome, welcome. I'm Allie Anderson. I'm a nurse, a Reiki master, a psychic intuitive. I'm a soul guide for your highest good. And this is my Lunar Ceremonies, my free membership for anyone and everyone to tap in. And during the full moon ceremony, we release that which no longer serves us. And during the new moon ceremony, we begin to embrace and set intentions for something new and something that we want to take on. So I'm always so grateful to everybody who joins each and every time. I do have a podcast and a blog that you can, and a YouTube channel where you can catch up on all the previous ceremonies and also just a little bit of what I'm about. So welcome, welcome. I have so much to share with you guys. So for those of you who've been following along, you know that I just recently got back from a spiritual retreat in Sedona, Arizona, which was the most amazing experience and just upgrades galore. And I can't wait to share them all with you. I don't even know where to begin, honestly. So I think what I'm going to do is first, so today, each ceremony, we always do some sort of either guided meditation, grounding, tapping. Today, I'm actually going to debut for all of you a tongue that I have spoken, which is considered a light language, galactic light language that I have spoken for the latter 6+ years. And Sedona was the first time I actually channeled publicly for other people. It's always been a very private, sacred thing for me that comes out via meditation. And so I think I'm just ready to share with the world a little bit more about how in depth I go when it comes to your self-healing and ascension, because I have utilized various quantum, metaphysical, and ancient healing techniques over the latter 6+ years in my own life to heal a neurodegenerative dis-ease process that I'm still healing each and every moment. But I'm here now at a point in my life where I have come so far in my healing and ascension journey that I'm ready to share with the world. And I am here. Hello, all my daughters here. Hi, baby. Hi, Char. So we are here to just celebrate all things full moon today. And what better way to release that which no longer serves you than during a full moon eclipse? So what does this full moon in Virgo mean? So Virgo is an earth sign. It is a grounded sign. If you're a Virgo, you're very into like routine and discipline. I am not. I'm a triple Aquarius, so I'm all over the place. So this Virgo full moon, you really want to hone in on things in your daily routine or your daily life that maybe just isn't working for you anymore, or maybe something new that you want to incorporate. And you don't have to go like gung-ho, like balls to the wall. You don't have to do that. You can incorporate baby steps, right? Like little things. I recently got advice from many people. I've always wanted to be a morning person. I'm really not a morning person. My whole life I wasn't. I'm becoming more of a morning person because I know, especially living an Ayurvedic lifestyle or attempting to, at the best of my abilities, that between the hours of literally like 2 and 6 a.m. are the highest prime time for healing. I will never wake up at 2 or even probably 4 a.m., but I've always wanted to be a 5 a.m. club member. If you've never read that book, it's my inspiration one day. So, but anyway, so Virgo is all about like routine, discipline, being grounded. And this full moon in particular, we are in Pisces season. So you want to also be in tune with your emotions and your spiritual gifts. So enhancing those spiritual gifts. You also want to, if you're having like emotional difficulties, if old thought patterns are coming up, if old subconscious programming is coming up for you, or if you are having like suddenly increased pain in your body, increased joint pain, increased headaches, that can all kind of come through this time, especially during an eclipse, because it brings up our shadow side. For those of you who are not familiar with what a shadow side is, it is our those dark sides of us, those things that make us tick, those things that trigger us, whether it's a PTSD, whether it's a big T or a little t, it does not matter. Each of us process emotions differently and life experiences differently. And everyone thinks, oh, the eclipse is such a bad time and retrograde, and we are in Venus retrograde right now. And, retrograde is not bad. It's a time to really reflect, look within, and release that shadow side, to do that dirty work. A lot of us are so afraid to look within and really see what we need to work on. We're very quick to blame others and expect that others are going to come and save us. And that is just not how it is. And I say that personally as somebody who was so depressed at one point, checked herself into a psych ward saying I couldn't do life anymore. Like, nobody is going to come and save you but you. And this upcoming eclipse season, although it may not be an easy one, it is going to be one that is going to help you transform, heal, ascend, and just live in your highest timeline. And that is what I help you with. So if you're ever interested in going one-on-one with me and taking a look at your natal chart, I'm by no means an astrologer. I can refer anyone to, I have a few astrologers that I can refer people to, but I love to give everyone, especially new clients, an introduction to what your natal chart is, what your sun, moon, and rising signs are, how each new moon and full moon may affect you in such ways. And just to give you an insight, because once you get to know thyself, you can love thyself, and then you can heal thyself. So that is the general idea. So, okay. So, I feel like today's going to be a little bit of everything, but, today's, instead of a guided meditation or tapping, today I am going to introduce you to my soul's light language, which is a tongue. If anybody has ever referred to it, especially if you're Catholic, it is like the woo-woo, no of speaking tongues. So light language is your soul's own unique blueprint tongue. It's your own way of speaking. And light language does not have to be via words or sounds or dialects. It can be via movement. It can be via drawing. It can be via dancing, singing. It can really be talking. It can be Reiki. It can be any sort of light language. We are of light. We are of dust. We are of stardust. We are of the dirt. We are light. We are made of light, which is why we are deemed worthy. And how ironic is that today's Moonology card pull, I always pull from my Moonology deck, is to know your worth. I think it's the new moon in Taurus, which is also an earth sign. So new moon in Taurus being another earth sign, very gung-ho, very diligent in routine and getting shit done. I remember my daughter was her due date was a Taurus, and I remember being like, oh, I'm not a disciplined person. She's gonna want to be so disciplined, and now she's an Aries, so I'm good. But I have fire now instead of earth. But my husband's an earth sign, so I have a little bit of grounding energy for me. So, okay. But the new moon card is all about renewal, rejuvenation, and rebirth, right? And this eclipse season is also about death and rebirth. And it's funny, I was having this conversation with a few people recently. This conversation always comes up, especially when I'm doing readings and someone sits down and they see that if I have cards, I don't actually typically use tarot cards. I typically use oracle cards or just like random cards that I find in the store that I like. I really don't need the cards. The cards are for entertainment purposes only, honestly. I can just like sit and tell you what you need to know. But a lot of people get scared. I've had people sit down and say, well, I don't want to do the cards because I'm always afraid the death card is going to get pulled up. The death card is nothing to be afraid of. The death card, to be completely honest, is a card that you want to see because it means that it's a sign of some part of you, some part of your life is that part of you that you don't want anymore, that part of you that you don't align with anymore, that part of you that just is not, that is at a lower vibration than where your core frequency is at, like that thing, that baggage holding you back, right? It could be anything. That is the death card. That is the get rid of that shit and bring in the light. When you get rid of the baggage, when you get rid of the the darkness, the old, the bad, the stuff that just no longer serves you, which is a perfect time right now in the full moon energy to release everything that does not serve you. And when you release and you rid of that darkness, you are only making more room for the light, which is love. So it's funny, everybody who knows me knows that I'm all about world peace. And it's also synchronistically today during the full moon eclipse is Albert Einstein's birthday, 314. And I also find it interesting he was born on Pi Day, even though he's not a mathematician. I just find that really interesting because it's like that infinite number almost, right? So, and he believes infinity. We are capable imagination. We are capable of infinite possibilities. And he's also a pacifist. So my guy. But I don't even know where I was going with that. I go off on tangents. Welcome to my life. So with the full moon, I want to pull cards. This is where I want to go with this. So in Sedona, we got cards. We got to take cards. And for those of you who have worked with me, you know that I talk a lot about shamanic theologies and ideologies. And I talk a lot about each season. And Spirit of the South is the sun. And during the summertime, you know that I'm always posting about embracing the spirit of the South in the summertime, the summer for your highest good and healing. The sun is our vital life force energy, our prana, and the sun brings us ultimate recharge, rejuvenation. So the whole retreat kind of surrounds it around Isis. So I just wanted to share these cards. So if you do not know, Ra is the sun god in ancient Egypt. Isis is the ultimate goddess of the divine feminine. And it's just a lot about conquering the low, transmuting the low vibrations transmuting into gold, alchemy, right? You are the alchemist. So I just wanted to share these beautiful cards. So these were my cards that I received over the time. So this one was the rising sun. So the divine solar child reborn, which is death and rebirth. So this is why I wanted to share death and rebirth. Okay. Power over 7 scorpions, power to conjure lower vibrational forces. So everything in life that throws at us those curveballs, those are lower vibrational. Guys, even I was telling somebody the other day, even a can of Pepsi has a vibrational hertz frequency, and it's a low one. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to it. Again, Albert Einstein. And goddess of 10,000 names, Isis, endless emanations of the priestess. So I feel like this is kind of like me. Hi, welcome. I feel like this is kind of like me. Like I'm just kind of a jack of all trades when it comes to quantum, metaphysical, and ancient healing techniques. And then initiation, spiritual testing of Ra, and the Lady Isis. So I'm just pulling cards that I received at a retreat in Sedona. These were like my cards, and I resonate very, very much with the spirit of the South for summertime. So stay tuned during the summer when I'm outside with my amazing tree in my backyard, and I'm always talking about just opening your heart chakra for that DNA reactivation, for body, mind, spirit healing, especially during the midday summer sun. That is the opportune time for healing. So, okay, to start, I want to pull, last night I was doing readings at our friend's restaurant, at Elisa's restaurant, and I always end the night with a goddess card. Everyone pulls a goddess card. And I ended the night with these cards that I got in Sedona, and they're hysterical, and I just want to share because everybody seems to love them. So these are rainbow unicorn cards. These are just fun cards. So we'll go into our lunar ceremony on a high note. So, fuck fear. This is the card. Fuck fear, you guys. Fear is another low vibrational. Hello. Oh, I love you. Welcome. Fuck fear. These are my unicorn cards that I got, Misa, while we were away. And it says on the other side, it will lie to your face. Fear always lies to our face. It's our ego. Fear is just ego, you guys. It's all the lower vibrational things holding us back in this life. We can transmute fear into gold. And then the rest is history. The world is yours for the taking. Okay, I also want to pull one of my shamanic cards. So again, into the shamanic theme seems to be for this week. So yes, it sure does. So Fear is only going to drag us down, and we are so resilient and we are more capable than we even know as humans. So this is my shamanic deck. This is Alberto Villotto. So Lay of the Land, Ancestral Wisdom. I love these cards. I used these again last night in my readings. So I am someone who I can see very multidimensionally. I can see ancestral leylands. If I sit down and I tap into your energy, I can see like generations upon generations of your ancestry and your ties. And we carry within us anyway 7 generations of DNA. So you are not I always tell people your root chakra holds your ancestral line. You are not your ancestral trauma or drama, and you can cut those cords very easily. And something else I can help with. And then at the end, I'm going to pull our goddess card. So last night, I had the springtime theme at reading, so I pulled my springtime. These are Irish cards, so these are the cards I've been pulling every lunar ceremony thus far. You used those? Yes. You did? Get out of here. The shamanic cards, the Alberto Villotto cards, they're my favorite. I use those and like basic, I let them choose between those and just the basic energy oracle. And everyone seemed to love the shamanic deck last night. I love it. It's one of my favorites. Speaks to my soul, and I'm sure yours as well. I love your vibe, so I'm sure they speak to you as well. And then these are my Irish cards. My parents got me these like words of wisdom, this deck. So, okay. These are like famous quotes of people. Never stop apologizing for showing feeling. When you do so, you apologize for your truth. We all have a story, guys, and we all have shit that we're going through, and it is okay to be seen. It is always okay, at least with me, I'm a safe space. It is always okay to be seen and to feel your feels. And I spent so long in my life being told you can't show emotion. It is a beautiful message. Thank you. Hello. Oh, thank you. I got the triangle necklace. This is obsidian from Hawaii, actually. And I can get who it's from, but it's so beautiful. Thank you. And it feels so powerful. I just got it. I splurged a little bit. So stop apologizing, showing feeling. When you do so, you apologize for your truth. And that is my motto, right? I am speaking my truth so that you may live yours. I am being real about all the things in my life. I am being real about what it was like to walk away from corporate healthcare and walk away from the matrix and just live your life and speak your truth. Stand your ground, speak your truth, and the rest will come too. So, okay, now I want to show you some cool stuff that I got in Sedona. And again, this is not a typical lunar ceremony, but I'm so excited to show you. So upon going to this retreat, it was a spiritual quantum embodiment retreat. And they gave us as gifts, each of us got a smoky quartz that had been mined. I don't remember exactly where, but they were mined by professionals, and like I was the first one to hold my smoky, which of course with my luck, it broke in half the last day of the retreat, and everybody was, I just see it as like, okay, that was meant to be. But mine also, it looks like a shank kind of, but it also, it's just so beautiful. And we got to clean them and they're raw, and it just, smoky to me is the almighty healer, right? Smoky to me is the almighty healer for body, mind, spirit. It's protection, it's guidance. It is just beautiful. And I can't wait to share it with clients. Hello, welcome. I can't wait to share it with clients if you come in person to hold it, because it is so just powerful and like nurturing and clearing. Like you can feel it, like we're energy circuits, right? So the fact that it broke in 2 hands, I guess I did need it because it broke into 2 pieces so that I can share with you that balance and just how it feels, and the darkness to the light, like it, from one end to the other. So I also picked up, this is a Sedona sunset aura. So cute. So I'm trying to share it on all my screens because I'll have the recording later. So this is a stone of sunshine, stimulates relaxation and humor. So obviously, guys, I needed this one. Grounding, centering, and joyful. Life is all about play. And so is this season. Just play, just go with the flow of life. Most powerful of all the aura quartz. So it is beautiful. You can see that it's an aura quartz. It's got like that rainbow shimmer to it. And then alchemical bonding with iron and titanium promotes wellness by balancing the body's energy. And it's good for all the chakras. You've always wondered when they break if it's okay to still work with them. Of course. So I look at it as actually when they break, especially if stones break, that's a really good question. Break into like little pieces. I always look at it as like, okay, thank you, universe. Like this is okay. I don't need this one anymore. Perhaps you've been working with it for a while, and it's just really like it's not what you need right now, if that makes sense. So sometimes if they break, I kind of put them around my house. I just intuitively feel like, okay, they're meant to kind of be scattered. Sometimes I put them in my garden. I have a lot of black tourmaline. Like I'm a big raw stone girl. So I love raw. And a lot of times like they can shatter or fall apart. And I always just take those little pieces or I give them to people. I give them to friends and family. I'll put them aside. And always repurpose, right? Like we want to recycle and repurpose life and garbage. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. And the Amazonite, yeah, so you may not have needed it anymore. Like it fulfilled its purpose. And yeah, me too. I love raw. I think it's just like that raw natural beauty, right? Like forget the shininess and the polishing. Like I'm a girl, like hands on the dirt, feet in the dirt. So just I want to go all in and I want to see it for what it is. So but yeah, this stone was also really cool. So it was just pretty. And then I love kyanite. Kyanite is huge. And I got a ruby and kyanite pyramid. And ruby has come to me for years, like in meditation. And I don't know what it has to do with. The first time it came to me was when I channeled the energy or Janis Joplin came through to me. And something about a ruby necklace with a butterfly. If anybody knows anything about Janis Joplin with a ruby necklace and a butterfly, please let me know. I feel like it was something from her childhood or a family. I have no idea, but it has the idea has been coming to me for years. So, thank you. So this one, ruby and kyanite, is beauty and functionality, balance and harmony, motivation and focus, energetic healing, and chakra alignment. Good for the throat and the root chakras. So this one is beautiful. And then last but not least, okay, and this is where I'm going to start to really open up about my light language and my real weirdness with St. Thomas Aquinas. So this is just a 3D printed dragon. One day I'm going to find, I saw this guy in the crystal shop in Sedona, right? And I had to find, so I have been channeling a lot of dragon energy and not reptilian, not like negative, low vibe reptilian. This is like straight up dragon, powerful, innate energy. And my daughter's asking who's Janis Joplin. I'll tell you when you get home, baby. So you'll know who she is. So that's so cute. Okay, so dating myself with my own child. So hi, welcome. Okay, so yeah, it is a cool dragon. I'm not a fan that it's plastic. My kids will call me crunchy or scrunchy mom. So it's like polymer made in a 3D printer. Anyway, I like the way he moves, and he was sitting in like a citrine crystal tree, and I was like, he's mine. And the emerald dragon. And while I was in Sedona, the emerald tablet kept coming up. Okay, so here's what happened to me in Sedona, and as I posted recently, I said I was going to share my experience with the Galactic Federation of Light. So I have always, since I was a kid, had like a tie to extraterrestrials, and I always felt presence and like couldn't sleep at night, and just always I've had incidences where like I would be standing outside and like the ground would be shaking, and just like very like otherworldly type things. And long story short, in my 30s, I finally found out like really where it all stems from. And basically, I have found that I have a tie to Andromedan and Pleiadians, and then most recently Venus. So for the latter 6 years, I have channeled a tongue, a light language that has always come through, and I just kind of like, did it as the years have gone on. Not really, I've told people about it, but never in front of people. And like I said earlier, I did channel light language in Sedona for the first time in public. So the reason that I felt comfortable enough to do it was because right before that, I had we did a really deep breath work. I have done breath work for 8 years, and I never had an experience the way that I had one there. And all I can say is that I have meditated, for those of you who have followed me and you've read my blog or seen my posts or listened to my podcast, I have felt the presence of St. Thomas Aquinas for years and years and years. When I almost died in 2019, I had a total out-of-body experience after a surgery. And when I woke up in the ICU, I just remember nothing was ever going to be the same. And so since 2019, I have felt the presence of St. Thomas Aquinas in my life. I started getting more involved in church. I became a Eucharistic minister, but always questioning, like what is like. I sat with priests. I was told I was dangerous by priests, told to stop all my healings because I was a Reiki master and a psychic and doing all this work. How dare I go around saying I have gifts? But still wanting to be a part of church, still feeling at peace, still praying to Mother Mary, still saying the rosary, very, very connected to Mary Magdalene and the Divine Feminine. And but I sat with a priest and I asked him, why did they remove these gospels? Why did St. Thomas Aquinas, while meditating on the Eucharist, why did he have this experience that he came to and said, I'm never writing another word again because everything I've experienced that was revealed to me is compared to straw, and then died 3 months later. So did he open his mouth and say what he experienced? Because he spent 30 to 40 years of his entire career writing about how humans should live by the word of the Lord via the Bible. So after this, the other Dominican priests and friars, they completed his works, his book, Summa Theologica, based on their perceptions. Keep in mind that St. Thomas Aquinas spent his whole career in life writing about his works, which he gained via contemplative meditation, via channeling, right? So all of his works were, just like all the other ancient philosophers and theologists and alchemists, they all spent a majority of their time in contemplative meditation with their lab right next to them, or their whatever, their writings next to them. So this stuff has always fascinated me. So I have spent years and years and years and years and years meditating on this very fact, asking priests, what do they think happened? A lot of them tell me oh, it just, they completed, because they knew what was supposed to be said. So I could talk about this stuff all day long, about the translation of works and trying to get us to essentially not live like sheep, because I believe in the Bible and I believe in the power of intention and prayer, and I believe in theology, and I believe that all of the religions and ancient cultures are all tied together. So with that being said, I have meditated on this for years, and in Sedona, in this deep breathwork session where I literally felt like I was on drugs, transcendental astral traveling meditation, and St. Thomas Aquinas came to me and shapeshifted as a dragon, That's my point. So hello, welcome. So he came to me as a dragon. And call me crazy. I've already committed myself to a loony bin almost a decade ago. So you can call me crazy and tell me I belong in one. I know I don't belong in one because I talk with other like-minded individuals about this stuff. I talk to, many, many, many people, and many have had experiences with dragon energy. And I am a firm believer at this point that there is something shape-shifting, and he experienced something that was so much more, that showed him that no matter what you believe in, God, source, universe, that it's more than just the tunnel vision of what we are trained to as humans to focus on. And that's the main message that I got. And that is something that I'm still integrating with, and something that more to come on that, but so there's that. And what I was also shown when I in another meditation, another deep meditation, again being tied to Andromedans and also Palladians, that I have definitely been on a ship before. I've had many experiences. That's for another time. However, this time I was brought into a ship amongst the Galactic Federation of Light, and I believe that I was amongst the entire just all of the different galactic species and origins. And I was, for all intents and purposes, I suppose, initiated, and that more is to come. It was then that I felt comfortable enough to channel light language. So, did you see the blood moon last night? And my cousin lives in Sedona and has a circle in his backyard like your photo. Oh, interesting. Can you send me that? Which circle is one of the pictures? Let me know which picture you're talking about. So I'm not in Sedona now. I'm back home on Long Island, but I would love to know if your cousin in Sedona is like is enamored by this stuff. We were wondering if people who live there are just like, oh, this is everyday occurrence. Like it's nothing. We saw so much activity. Oh, the stones. Yes. Yeah. Let me, show me, send to me for sure. Thank you. I'd love to see. So yeah, so I just feel like such a transformative experience, so vulnerable to sit here and like speak about this, and like, but that's what I do. I speak my truth. I just say how I feel. I have no filter. So I want to get into, I guess, let's just get into it. So I definitely want to ground you guys. I want to bring you into your heart space. I want you to get out of your head and into your heart. So if you cannot listen right now or do this right now, that's totally fine. Please know that this will be available on Instagram replays as well as my YouTube channel. So and thank you everyone for being here. I was really excited to be on today, and I was nervous, to be honest. Like, what if it doesn't go right? What if I don't channel through? But I really feel, I already feel it like coming through. So, okay, I want you to get comfortable. If you're in a safe space, I want you to do so. You can lie down, you can sit up, you can, ideally, you just want to be comfortable, and you want to be able to not be interrupted if that is possible. So go ahead, and always starting with the breath. Your breath is your vital life force energy, your Sami, as I say. Mother Earth gives you your Sami, her positive energy, visualizing it as a white or gold light, however you want to do so. And when I say take a deep breath in, I want you to breathe all the way into your belly space, your kidney space, which is your Hara chakra, your sacral chakra. So I want you to go ahead and take a nice deep breath in through the nose, all the way into the belly space, filling that belly space with that bright white light. And upon release, letting it up and out through the solar plexus chakra, the heart chakra, the throat chakra, and the mouth, releasing that negative energy. Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And on this next inhale, all the way into the belly space. And on this exhale, I want you to send out roots from the bottoms of your feet, sending them into the ground where you are in this very now, fully securing you, keeping you safe in your body. And on each inhale, drinking in that bright white light, and on each exhale, sending down those roots even further into the ground, into the rock, into the foundation, into the dirt, into the soot, through all the core layers of Mother Earth, the lava, all the way through till you see a bright white light energy orb that is her grid. Tying your roots in a knot, tying them in a bow, whatever works for you. fully securing you in her love, feeling for a moment how beautiful it feels. Nothing more, nothing less, just pure bliss. On your next inhale, I want you to drink up this bright white light energy that is hers, allowing it to make those roots stronger as they come up through all the layers again that is her earth, until it reaches the bottoms of your feet, wrapping around your toes and your ankles, up and around your shins and your knees and your thighs and your hips and your torso, up and around your fingers and your wrists and your arms, up and around your shoulders and your neck, and up and around your head, fully enveloping you and encompassing you in her love. We ask Archangel Uriel to open your crown chakra, allowing in the love and light, keeping away the lower astrals and the negative entities. Asking that you keep us fully safe and secure, grounded, connected, and protected. And now I want you to visualize from toe to knee. I want you to visualize the earth, the colors, the smells, the sounds, the sights. From knees to hips, you are the water, the ocean, the lake, the stream, the blue, the green. From hip to shoulder, you are the air, the wind, the breeze, the calm, the sweet. And from shoulder to crown, you are fire, the blues, the reds, the purples, the orange, the yellow, the smell, the sight, the sound, knowing that you are above and below, within and without. Opening up your heart space now, green in color, visualizing the brightest green you've ever seen, knowing that you are worthy and fully capable to be who you are in this life, in this now. Allow yourself to receive and know that you were worthy before you were even born. Bringing yourself to a place of love, honor, compassion for thyself, and compassion unto others in the whole world. Slowing down, taking it in, knowing that all that truly matters is what you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. Listen to the silence, for that is where you will go, so you may see all you are meant to be. So I'm just going to go ahead and allow a channeled message to come through for all that you need to know for your soul to grow. Alama sikiti anangkotu alama siti alama siki amalakasi toto monakatati amalakatati samalakatati sulikatasi amalakasi alakatatu amalakatakatisi katakatakotakasi tatakapantaka takatiki lola katiti pilola asakatakati amalasi alakasi amanuma ananuma 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 asi malakasi alakatu amanani alakasi apatakatutu amana amasasi alakatutu apalakasi amanakati apatatatapi amanatatatapi alakatasi amulasi atu ata. May you know that it's not as hard as you think it to be. May you know that if you just look within, and listen to thy soul, that you will grow. Okay. So if you are new to light language, welcome. That is a tongue that I have spoken for the latter 6 years. It can bring you activations. It can bring you healing. If you resonate with it, perhaps you feel called to ask me questions, to work with me. Perhaps that is a soul resonating sound that your soul needed to hear with a message just for you. So thank you for joining me for Lunar Ceremonies. I have one more card that I want to pull. Sorry, it just like takes me a minute to just really like feel back in my body. So, and I always get a little shaky. So, goddess cards. I always love to pull a goddess card in all my readings so that you may channel this goddess. These are all historical women figures in history who have made big change, who have always stood their ground, spoken their truth, and never backed down, and some even died for their cause. And I feel like that is who I am. Like, I'm not here for show. I'm not here for anything but to stand up for what I believe in. And I believe that is that every single one of you are capable of awakening and finding your own gifts so that you can live a life in peace and joy and love. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. And I can tell you that as a hospice nurse who watched many a patients die, and no matter where they came from, what their story was, it always came down to one thing, and that is love. That's it. Everything else comes too when all you live with is love. So from my soul to yours, thank you for being here. And this is your goddess, Saint Bridget, the exalter of light, who is literally one of my faves. A nun, of course, coming across. Saint Bridget, I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all that I need. Thank you for being here. If you stayed through, thank you 100%. Saint Bridget also, she dedicated her life to the Lord. So I love you, Jesus. I love you, Mary. I love you, God. But I'm a little too woo-woo to dedicate my whole life. If you asked my dad, he would have told you that I would have been on the beach in a chastity belt and living in a convent. So, but here I am, Dad. I love you. All right. Have a good one, guys. Peace out and God bless. And yes, you're very, very welcome. Thank you guys so much for being here. Take care. Be safe. Be well.